What's good, and welcome to the hip hop society where everybody's a problem. We're about to treat the game like a Rubik's Cube and solve them. Listen, you gotta understand that the industry is evolving. There's new blood in every corner of the country, and now I'm sat with someone who is popping. We're about to take a page out of his novel. Am I reading a comic because it's Marvel? I mean, I'm sat with the one and only Novl. What's good, Novl?
What's good, brother?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for joining us, man. One hell of an intro, man.
Oh, well, bro. I try my best.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. So I got 7 questions to fire at you today. We're just gonna find out a bit about your career and your come up and what you got installed for your fans at the moment. So
I got you.
Ready to kick it off?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. It's a bit windy out here, but we good.
It's a bit windy. You can see the band is going crazy.
Yeah, it's going crazy, you know.
But it's fun. It's all part of the aesthetics.
You already know.
All right. So you began your rap journey when you were a latte in high school.
Yes, sir.
At her school, Eliras. Excuse my pronunciation. Out in Limpopo.
Yes, sir.
This was around 2010. The country was on a high. We had the FIFA World Cup. SA music was also popping because we had got that Waka Waka track, which is like an anthem to South Africa, if you like. So this was a time where us as South Africans really we were at the forefront of like the world. We had an opportunity to show what talent we had as a country. So what drove you or what drew you to start rapping and pick up the pen when you did? Was it the vibe of the country, or did you just feel your calling was at the time to do it?
Not even, man. Look, how it started, I wasn't even a deep hip-hop fan. I used to listen to you probably don't know these artists like Bojo Mojo, Casablanca. You know what I mean?
Casablanca, but
house,
yeah.
House music. House music. I was not raised as a hip hop kid. You know, I was just raised with jazz and house. You know what I mean? My uncle used to play a lot of jazz. So what happened is that this student, I'm from Zambia. This homie of mine, well, we used to be homies back then. He transferred to my school. You know. Mm-hmm. And he was like a tall gent, you know. I'm also a tall gent, so I'm like, you know, I'm you know, get along with him, you know. I'm gonna scheme this guy. So I schemed this man, and randomly one lunch break time, he just asked me, he's like, "Yo, do you rap?" I'm like, "Nah, bro." He's like, "Do you like hip hop?" I'm like, "Well, I heard a little this and that, but you know, it's whatever." You know what I mean? And he's like, "Yo, I actually have a song," and then he played me his record. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yo, this is you? He's like, yeah, like this is me. You know, it's fire. You know what I mean? And then from there on, right at the time, I remember Young Money was also like doing rounds in my high school. Like Young Money was popping. And then
Young Money, Lil
Wayne, Drake, all of them, you know? So I remember at that time, Drake used to put out a lot of mixtapes. And then I was already like keen of like trying to rap. And then this one Drake song just made me just like, okay, make the decision. Hooked. It was Congratulations. I love that record. I love that record. So when I heard that, I told my boy, I went back to him, I'm like, dude, I actually want to do this. Like, I really, really want to rap, bro. And then it just started there. Like, we used to literally use telecommunication mics and just plug in the Cubase and just,
home studio.
We used to literally battle on Mix It.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, like literally, like, you know, you got like the rule was like you got like a 10-minute waiting period. Like I remember Mix It introduced these group chats. Yeah. So we put like random people in, and then it's like me versus this person, and then you have like a 10-minute reply period.
But now on Mix It, could you send voice
notes?
No. It's like typing
like that's what I'm like. You gotta type that verse in the next 10 minutes, and like going at it at this person.
That's,
you know,
so dope.
That was so fun, bro. Like, and that really sharpened the pen because it's like I have to think of a verse in the next 10 minutes. I gotta think of a verse to get at this guy.
And you gotta pick at him. You gotta find something. Maybe he spelled this word wrong. You can flip it.
And at the end of the night, the people that were also in the group will just write the name of who they think is better. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, this guy killed. Dope. And then on Monday we'll discuss it at school. Like, oh, I killed you. Oh, like it was just.
Me and my friends went on this Mix It trend.
It was on a different vibe. It was so fun, bro. And we used to actually do even live battles during break time as well. You know. And I'll dabble in it, but I'm not a battle rapper. So that's where it all started. Shout out to that guy. And then I met a homie as well called Hey Push. And he became my mentor because he now introduced me to more conscious shit. You know what I mean? I started listening to
diversified your ear.
You know what bro, you gave me a lot of Nas, a lot of Common, a lot of who's this? Comega, you know what I mean? Cypress Hill.
The guys to study and hone the skill.
And then that just obviously enhanced my skill and just took it to another level.
Fire,
so I appreciate that man a lot.
That's fire.
Yes, sir.
You then moved to Johannesburg to pursue an LLB degree at the University of Johannesburg.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sure your parents were extremely proud of you on your way to becoming SA's next top lawyer. Your degree, and did you decide to veer off the legal path and straight into the music industry, or how did you balance the legal industry and the murky waters of the music industry, because they're both dirty industries, you know?
I get what you say.
And how did your parents take to you deciding, I really want to chase my rap career? Because my parents didn't take well to me.
They didn't take it lightly. They were just like, no. Look, I was with a single parent for the longest time,
right.
And my mother was always supportive of my music career.
Shout out to her.
She always came to every show, every talent show. She was there. You know what I mean? She always bought me the equipment that I needed to do it. I think it was just the thing of, I understood early as well that dreams are good, but dreams don't pay the bills. So I knew to go to school.
Yeah.
I knew to go to school,
get the education,
but still learn how to balance this passion that I have. You get what I mean?
And chase it.
And chase both, and juggle both. You get what I mean? I had my first job when I was 16, bro. I used to work for Mr. Price. Literally at 16. So I already knew how to juggle, how to okay, I'm gonna work and I'm gonna go to school, or I'm gonna, not that I was forced to even. It was just the thing of I need to give my own, I gotta do it on my own, and I gotta help moms out,
Yeah, exactly.
So it was not even a complicated hustle, man. It was not complicated, but I didn't take rap seriously until around 2016. That's when, because I remember even in 2013, I quit rap. I wasn't rapping. The whole of 2013, I was not rapping at all. And then 2016, I think I started being more serious about the industry.
Learning the business.
Learning it more, learning what it's about and everything, and just, But I put out my first mixtape in 2014. Literally used to sell that shit on campus, bro. I used to move merch on campus, bro. I used to move merch like a drug dealer, bro.
Yeah.
I used to literally sell mixtapes out of my backpack.
That's fire.
Just to make money, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just so
push
but I wasn't serious. I wasn't do I see this going further until 2016, and then I'm like, yo, we could actually you could be that guy.
This could work.
Yeah, so I think balancing my studies and the music industry, balancing work, and just it wasn't a hustle. My mother always knew that.
You're raised to do two things at once.
I was raised to do. My mother trusted me enough to be responsible.
Shout out to her, man.
I think that's the best way I can put it. I've always been trusted enough to do the right thing.
That's awesome.
And I've always done the right thing. And we're here.
That's fire, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's fire.
Yes.
Let's chat about your first mixtape, which you've just mentioned to us.
Yes, sir.
You released that in 2014, like you said. You titled it Abstract Thoughts.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of funny, as my first mixtape was Faded Thoughts. I don't know. When I was writing this question, I was like, I wonder if all first mixtapes is something to do with the rapper's thoughts.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
The mixtape was well received by the digital world, and you said you were pushing that
like crazy,
like chocolates on the school campus,
bro. I used to sell, bro. I used to sell much, bro.
You released this through Page One Records.
Yes.
Talk to me about Page One Records. Who they are? How did you link with them? Is it your own record label? Tell me a bit about Page One.
So Page One Records was basically just something me and the homies from back home, the guys that really taught me the craft proper, we started. It was me, it was M Events, it was Push, and then we always had on and off members. Like, but those I usually like mentioning us, you know,
the core.
because that's the core. Because even when we get on and off people, we always stage. You know what I mean? So we were just trying to push it. You know, push each other. You know what I mean? Emmy Vince was a very good producer. He made really fire beats. You know, was also a very good engineer at the time. And you know, Push, man, taught me everything I know about rap. Like that's my guy. You know what I mean? So so we just, you know, we released it under that. We would release our projects under that. We would go to shows together, would perform together as we did in high school. You know what I mean? So it just kept on going. But so it was just a little collective that we started, and we just kept. I mean, obviously we had bigger dreams for it, but unfortunately, life got in the way. But man.
Life gets in the way, but also you seem to be on a good trajectory. That hopefully one day when you're selling out Madison Square Gardens, you know, Page One can come together. Bring Push to the show. But that's dope. That's beautiful that you and your friends managed to come together and form, like, even if you didn't register it as a company, it's still a thing. Page One, it's still a thing. It's still a group when you together.
I mean, the page still exists on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, people, sometimes I peep. I sneak up and just peep on it, and people will be like, "Yo, when is Page One gonna drop as a collector?" You know, like they miss those days. You know, so as
long as there's the demand, you can do something with it. But that's dope. You know, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. So, you mentioned that you've been in the game for about 12 years now. You mentioned to me earlier that you've put your 10,000 hours in.
10,000 hours, bro.
And your output is really impressive. With about 80 plus tracks released, excluding your singles.
Yes, sir.
You've built up a catalog long enough to keep your fans entertained while you work on new music.
Yes, sir.
It seems a lot like, I don't know if you know the artist Russ.
I know Russ,
His approach where he releases... You're constantly releasing music to feed your audience, but at the same time, you're never ever lacking in production or the quality, whether it be your pen, your bars, the hooks. It's always clean and crisp. Where does the hunger and the drive come from to constantly put it out? You mentioned you still have a 9 to 5 because bulls have to get paid.
Yes, sir.
So your drive is impressive, and where does that actually come from?
I think I'm just, you know, I'm passionate about it. I think I mentioned this to you earlier that passion builds longevity. You know what I mean? Because passion is what keeps you going even when this shit is not working out. You know what I mean? Like that's what keeps you going. And you know, I make music because I'm obsessed with creating a feeling. You know what I mean? Like because I've learned in life that. And I say this a lot, but I've learned that you can always forget what people said, but you never forget how they made you feel. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
So I'm constantly obsessed with creating a feeling, however it is. And because of that, I never run out. You know what I mean? Because human emotion is forever.
Exactly. And if your songs can make people feel the type of way, they'll just come, they visit it all the time.
Exactly.
It becomes timeless.
Longevity. That's what we're talking about, you know. So that's where it really comes from, bruh. Like there's a line I say in a record where I say, I stand firm in a dream that failed to plan out. Telling you, fuck your hand out. You know what I mean? Like it's
I stand firm in a dream
that failed to plan out.
That's cold.
I stand firm in it. You know what I mean? I stand on it.
Still living the dream.
I don't care how the results. You know what I mean? I always tell people. I don't get mad at the results anymore. I just put out what I put out intentionally out there, and I do it with intent, and I do it with passion, and I don't care. I don't get mad at the results. You know what I mean? I stand firm in the dream that failed to plan out.
Brilliant.
Because eventually it's got to. You know what I mean? Exactly. There's a saying that says if you hang around the barbershop long enough,
you're gonna get a cut.
You're gonna get a cut eventually.
100%, bro.
That's life.
That's life, exactly.
Yes,
I love that, man.
Yes,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Over the years, you've developed a unique sound that is evident when listening to your music.
Yes, sir.
While it is unique, there are moments where you can hear your influences and how you have studied some of the top artists to develop your sound.
Yes, sir.
From your delivery to the pen, your game is polished.
Thank you.
Who are some of these artists that help you hone your craft? Where do you draw your inspiration? You mentioned Young Money earlier.
Yes, sir.
When you were back in school.
Yes,
so
sir.
I want to know where's Novl's inspiration coming from?
Obviously, like it you know, over the times it changed, right? But just to give you a proper timeline, you start rapping because you hear your friend rap, then you hear a Drake, you know what I mean, and you like, yo, this guy just makes rapping sound so easy, you know.
Yeah.
And then you go into the conscious. For me to be this conscious the way I am, it's because of Common. There's an album by Common called The Dream and the Believer. That album made me the conscious side of what Novl is. I'm not even gonna lie, it's because of that, you know. And then you hear Nas, you know. First time I heard Illmatic,
wow,
fucking blew my mind, you know. And then you get to the new guys, you get to Cole, and then you get to Kanye, you know. And you learn what making a record is in its entirety, in terms of like just production and the soundscape.
There's
you know
no
what
one
I mean?
to study on production.
There is no one to study when it comes to soundscape like Kanye. And then you get to somebody that I feel like you have clocked something that people couldn't do in this era, which is to still be so commercially conscious it sells records, which is Kendrick Lamar.
Fire, bro.
I can't make like that's my guy. Like that's the mecca for me. And
I want to say something to the camera, but me and Novl were chatting before the cameras were on, and I said to him, I hear a bit of cadence in your cadence. And he like jumped out of his seat and he was like, bro, you don't understand.
That's my guy, bro.
So I was excited to ask this question because, like I said, you sound unique, but you can hear your influence, which is good because without your influence, you wouldn't be who you are.
I think that's how rap is, you know, like you first start off, you know, imitating these guys and then you find yourself. Do you get what I mean? But even when you find yourself, the influences still jump out.
It's still there.
Do you get what I mean?
Like,
it's still jump out every now and then. It's still there, you know.
And when someone says, "I can hear cadence in your cadence," like that's not a diss, and that's not saying, "Oh, you're copying Kendrick."
Yes, sir.
But if you're being compared to Kendrick, you're doing something right.
You're being compared to a goat. That's all. I never minded. Like, I remember my first mixtape with Abstract Thoughts. A lot of people used to say, yo, we hear a lot of Eminem with you know? And then time went on and people were like, Lil Wayne. And then time went on, it's like, yo, we hear Kendrick. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, if you compare me with goats, it means I'm in the right direction. Exactly, it means I'm like doing well. Do you get what I mean? Like, for me, that's just, it's that simple, you know? So shout out to all these people. And Push. Shout out to Push. My boy really taught me. Bro, that man taught me everything I know, bro.
Facts.
That man taught me everything I know,
bro. We all have one of those in our career or our life.
Bro.
That just puts you on, like,
bro.
For me and my two brothers always just been in love with the industry. So my older brother showed me everything I know. My dad, he bought the first Eminem CD for himself that we listened to. But I took that shit because I was like, no, this is dope, and I fell in love. So
that's
like,
crazy. Shout out to your pops, man.
Shout out to my pops.
That's fire.
So I mentioned that because it's always good to be able to be recognized for being influenced by some of the greatest. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. I don't think you can't be where you are, and this is everybody, even the greats themselves. You know what I mean? Nas will tell you about Rakim. You know
exactly. Eminem will tell you about Cool
You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, I don't think anybody gets to where they are without somebody. Somebody is there, bro, like guiding you from a distance. You get what I mean? Shout out to the South African guys as well, dude. I didn't think this thing would be possible without, you know, people like AKA, rest in peace, you know, people like Casper, you know, they make you believe that, oh, I can actually monetize this shit and make money off it. Like I could be rich off this.
I can get brand deals.
I can get brands off this.
Casper, they revolutionized the
industry. Ricky Rick, dog, rest in peace, Ricky, bro. Like it's people like that they influence you, bro. They make you realize that this is real, bro. Like, you can do this,
and
bro.
you're saying that,
you know,
bringing it local, I look at someone like Costa, rest in peace,
yes, sir,
who has the same skin as me, and he's made like, and I
And
don't
he
want
made a
to.
life
It's not
in
about
music,
race
yeah.
and stuff, but
No,
like
facts.
as a, I don't want to make it about race, but as like a white guy in
Yeah.
this industry, I've been looking like, where do I fit into the market? I
Yeah.
love hip hop, and
Why
I want
you
to do
rapping?
this.
Yeah.
I'm rapping. I'm so
Yeah.
passionate about
Yes,
the
sir.
culture. Where do I fit in? And then you see Costa teach,
And he's popping.
and he makes a song with Akon, and he gets signed to Akon, and then you're like, hold on,
It's possible.
Like, that's what I love about this country
It's
as well,
possible,
bro.
bro.
It's such a diverse country, and like, if you dope, people will fuck with you no matter what you look
Regardless, bro.
like.
That's the thing, bro. Whether you blue, orange, it don't matter, dog. What matters is that you fly, you
Are
make
you
fly
dope?
shit.
Can you rap? And can
Exactly.
you hold your own? And are you authentic?
Facts.
And are you
That's all that
authentic?
it is,
Facts, bro. That's
Yes,
awesome.
sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome. So, moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
Your latest single features Tyson Sabatelli.
Yeah. Saber. He's very conscious about that. He says people get it wrong all the time. So
sorry,
it's
Tyson.
Saber.
I'm sorry, Tyson. I'm sorry. Please
Yes.
don't hold that against me.
Nah, I told them I made it on. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure they get it right this time. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, your song was called Searching, and
Yes,
you guys
sir.
deliver powerful lyrics combined with a dark delivery and sleek wordplay.
yes, sir.
I peeped one of the lines, and
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure who said it at the time, because I
yeah.
was like half listening to the track and half writing the questions.
Yes, sir.
One of the lines were, I've been him like church players' anthems,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was off Tyson's verse.
That's all Telly right there,
And-
bro. That's all
But
Telly.
it speaks to the body of work that you guys created in
Yes,
that
sir.
record. It was just loaded with bars, loaded
sir.
with sleek lines, sleek deliveries, and it was really fucking dope. So congratulations on that track.
Thank you,
And
appreciate it.
basically the question leads to, how do you find it? Talk to me how the feature came about. How do you find the struggles or the ease of networking in the industry as
Yeah.
an up-and-coming artist? I know you've been in the game for long, but it's tough networking. And
Yeah.
how did that feature come about? How did you manage to...
I think, look, me and Tyson, like, you know, we knew about each other for quite a bit, you know, and I think all that it took was just me meeting him in person, and then just exchanging details, and then it was just like, yo, I got this, and I feel like you fit well for it, because I'm very specific with my collaborations. When I make a collaboration, it's already done, in the sense of, I know where you're coming in, and I know what you are bringing, and I know what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like, I literally send you the full song already. All you gotta do is add your
your
part.
verse in.
I already heard your cadence. Do you get what I mean? I do my homework very well. So it made sense for me to get Telly on that. You know, because sometimes a lot of people always like comparing us, you know, on socials, and you know what I mean? Although I still feel like we're very different artists, you know what I mean? But I think people just they like comparing us in the sense of, oh, the bars, you know what I mean? And the aggression in the cadences sometimes, you know? So they're just like, Tyson Novl, you know? So there were a couple of people who were wishing for that collaboration to happen for quite some time.
Yeah.
And yo, man, like, shout out to Ted. He didn't even take like a week to give me that verse, bro. I sent it back. I was like, oh my goodness, this is it, bro. This is it.
It
And
was a good track.
you know, and he's such an amazing artist, man, and he's doing such amazing things, man. Shout out to Telly. We got a music video for Searching coming out very soon. It's coming. It's
I'm
coming.
excited.
It's
Link
clean,
me,
bro.
bro.
It looks clean. It's fire. Yeah, I just appreciate that, man, so much, man. Shout out to Telly.
Yeah, that's awesome, and
Yes,
I'm glad you managed to put it off, and hopefully there are more features in the pipeline for us
Hopefully,
to
bro.
compare and
You know
jump
what I
at each
mean?
other on Twitter. Novl's better, Tyson's better. Doesn't matter
Amen.
who's better as long as we got
Amen.
awesome music, you know? Like
Yes, sir.
you said something to me earlier that it's not really about who's better or who's the sicker artist. It's as long as the people are listening
Yes,
and
sir.
are actually listening
And paying attention.
and
Yes, sir.
appreciate the art for what it is. Art.
That's what it is. You get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're making records, I would always advise anybody, focus on the overall product. Do you know what I mean? Don't always focus too much. I know we rappers and egos are egos, but don't always focus on I gotta kill this person or focus on the overall product. Is the song good? When at the end of the day, when we leave that studio, is the song overly amazing? Do you know what I mean? If you focus on that, you always have a classic.
Week, or is it bumping for 5, 10?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You're always gonna have a good product. You're always gonna have something. So that's what I believe.
Facts. Right. One more question for you, Novl.
Yes, sir.
You're currently working on a new project for your people and your fan base. Talk to me about what makes this next project special. Any exciting features? How does it compare to your previous bodies of work that you have
coming up?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's the growth that I'm excited about, and also just it's amazing to present the new body of work with the fan base that I've gained off the last one. You know what I mean? And for me, I'm a big believer of you're only as good as your last product. You're only as good as your last product.
Yeah,
that's what matters. Did you top your last product? And I feel like we did on this one, you know what I mean? Amazing features. I can't mention them by name so far because I want to keep it as a surprise for my fans.
Shout out to the one we revealing.
Exactly. Yeah. Shout out to the book club. That's what I call my fans. Shout out to the book
that's
club.
Dope. I like
the book
that.
club is waiting on that new novel. And so I'm excited about it because I'm excited about the growth, and I'm excited to see what this product is gonna do for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited about the ideas. I'm excited about even the new soundscape that I tapped into, and just elevating myself and just being a better writer, being a better artist. If I have to put it simply. But yeah, man, and yeah. Obviously, searching is gonna be in there.
Yeah.
If you think searching is fire, bro, like. That's not even half of it, bro. Like, everything about this part is amazing. The visuals are amazing. Shout out to my boy Narcos. That's my engineer. I work very, very closely to him. And it's just amazing being with him in studio and just working with him because he always nudges me in the right direction. You know what I mean? And even though, like, most of the time I'm alone in the studio making these records, I just always use him as a reference. So shout out to him. Shout out to Loud Republic for the visuals, the visual direction we've been going. It's amazing. My boy Sis, thank you so much. Shout out to... I just also want to just take this moment and just give props to the people that are working so hard for this project. You know what I mean? Shout out to the features that are going to be in this project. Shout out to my boy Gifts, my boy TK as well. They've been the stylists in the visuals, you know what I mean, that we're going to give y'all. So I'm so grateful for the work that we've been putting in, and I can't wait. Shout out to DXG as well. He's shooting some of the visuals. So I just can't wait to just like reveal all of that, and in due time. Shout out to Gerard. How can I forget Gerard, bro? Gerard made the cover for Hold My BLMU Red. What a fucking legend.
That's
like that artwork is one of the
That was cold.
I'm gonna say right here on this camera, ain't nobody got a better artwork than mine when it comes to 2022 albums.
You heard it here
Nobody,
first,
bro. Nobody. I don't care. Go check it out. Go check All My BLME Rap. What a classic. Shout out to Gerard, man. And we're working on another one. And I know this one is even going to be more fire. Like, I'm so excited to see what we got going on. I'm just excited, bro, about this project. I'm in a good spirit, bro. God has really been so good in my life. God has really been just nudging me in the right direction. I'm praying more, and I'm just believing more, and I'm just grateful, bro.
That's amazing.
That's all I can say.
Do you want to drop the title for the album, or we're waiting? Let's wait.
You know what? I'll give you this honor.
Before we end off the interview, I want to see if Novl would give us an exclusive. He doesn't want to reveal any features for the album, but can we get a title?
The title, okay, it's called Clichés and Realities.
Ooh, that's cold. Clichés and Realities.
Clichés and Realities.
Bro, that's fine, because most realities you could say are cliche.
Exactly.
Like they say, you give your friend advice and he says, "Oh no, that's cliche."
Yes,
but the truth is always cliche.
The truth is always. It's called Clichés and Realities.
That's fire.
I don't want to dig too much in it. I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave the rest to the content itself. So yeah.
Novl, I want you to let the people know where they can find you, where they can listen to you.
Well, I'm everywhere. I'm on social media.
Drop your handles, bro.
At NOVL underscore 3 underscores, bro. That's on Insta. That's on Twitter. On Facebook, it's Novl Music, and then on your DSPs, just type in NOVL with a dot at the end. It's very important you keep that dot, that period. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's very important you keep that. So yeah, man. Go stream searching. Go stream HMBLMR.
Go stream that shit.
Let's do it, bro. Let's get it. It's gonna be a big year for the book club. Let's go.
Huge year for the book club. I want to thank Novl for joining me, and before we wrap up, Novl's gonna grace us with a low quality sound check, and he's gonna perform one of his tracks for us. So peace out and our way. And you know how we do here at Hip Hop Society. We're never shooting an episode without hooking up our artists with a slick little merchandise plug. We got the beanie here for Novl, and we got the peak cap for Novl as well. Fire. He can rock this on stage whenever he's chilling.
This is amazing, bro. I love that.
Had to pull through for
I love that. We good. We out here. You already know, baby. You never know. You might need a shop for this very soon. You know what I mean? I'm always pushing merchandise,
Coming
baby.
to stores near you, baby.
Coming to the stores near you, baby. But I appreciate that.
Love that. No
Thank you so much, bro.
We gotta have you dripped out, bro.
Yes, sir. I love that. I appreciate it so much, man.
And I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Second episode was unreal.
Yeah. Hey. My check. Let's go. Listen. It'll cost me an arm and a leg if I decide to put it to bed. As fuck you niggas, I'm top 5 cutting the dead. I don't stutter, I said what I said. Make enough to never focus on bread. When I'm in my zone, I don't mean the meds. To be honest, I don't know what I'm fed, but I am what I eat. Rosa Parks when I'm taking a seat in this musical chairs. If niggas think that I'm weak in this musical chairs, listen, and still fuck rap. I made it out of a dirty bloodbath, a tough act. If you have to follow where I've been at, zigzag. I can run the game when I'm jet lagged. Niggas say they making moves, but they barely moving. Niggas say they outside. I know that's a damn lie. I know that's a cover reality facing front mind. Cause rap stars don't make it rich in this bitch. Switch to Yanos, you ain't Thanos. You don't snap the reality change. Covered in poverty stains. One last grandparent to prove that I'm worthy of names. Made in his image with large features. The wrong Jesus, immortal neither. Living with seizures. Don't ever think that it's beneath ya. The call of reapers. Listen. Listen. Hold on, I got something else. Fuck it. Listen. Hey. Do I got something else?
Save it for the album.
Let me save it for the album, baby. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it. Yo.